Kinakalawang ang dating well-oiled run-and-gun machine ng mga Express. Samantalang kagagaling lamang ng Coca-Cola Tigers sa isang mapait na pagkatalo laban sa Pure Foods. Mainit ngayong tag-init si The Rainman Renren Ritualo. Ngunit maila pa rin ang panalo para sa Air 21. Kailangang magising na ang mga higante ng Air 21 na sina Mark Talan at ang magkapatid na Yancy at Ranidel Del Campo na tiyak na mapapalaban sa Coca ni na Ali P, Rafi Reavis at Billy Mamaril. Express, gustong bumangon. Mga Tigers, naghahabol sa liderato. Laban ang walang import. Pinoy sa Pinoy. Laban kung laban!
We are coming to you live from inside the Big Dome dito po sa Araneta Coliseum sa Quezon City for your second ball game in your doubleheader Sunday for the PBA Philippine Cup. Sa pong magandang gabi sa inyong lahat, Paolo Trillo kasama si Coach Norman Black para sa ating wake-up call for both teams, the Tigers and the Express, both coming off losses but also both looking to bounce back here today. Nice to be with you again, Coach Norman.
Yes, Paulo, we have a very good game for you. Coca-Cola going up against Air 21. Both teams needing a wake-up call, trying to get back on the right track for this particular game. Of course, Coca-Cola needing a win to stay with the leaders, and Air 21 just trying to stay out of the cellar.
Well, we'll give you a clearer picture kung titignan natin ating team standings. Actually, the Coca-Cola Tigers are in pretty good shape. It's the Express that really are tethering there in the brink together with Santa Lucia.
Well, considering the start of Coca-Cola this conference, they want to get a victory tonight to stay up there with Pure Foods and San Miguel with only 3 losses, and this is a big game for them. They want to come off of that last loss against the Pure Foods Chunky Giants. On the other side, Air 21, of course, only a half game ahead of Santa Lucia. They just really need a win here to get back on track.
Well, so far sa ating head-to-head matchups dito po sa ating conference, lamang na lamang ang Coca-Cola Tigers. In the first game that they played, the Tigers really dominating this ball game.
And they dominated the game mainly in the second half. They were able to blow out the Air 21 team in the second half. It was a pretty close game in the first half. You can see the problems that the Air 21 team has. They give up a lot of points. They're the worst defensive team in the league. Coca-Cola, the second worst offensive team, had a great night in this particular game, scoring 104 points. So you can expect whenever you play Air 21, it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Well, speaking of high-scoring, 2 players who can really light up the board at any given day will be facing each other also here tonight. Of course, I'm talking about the sweet shooting John Arrigo of the Coca-Cola Tigers. He can score from inside, from outside, at any really given part of the floor. There you go, hitting it again. And on the other side of the fence, para naman sa Air 21 Express, the Rainman Renren Ritualo. So dangerous off the dribble, and you can never leave him open. He will really destroy you with his outside shots.
Well, both of these players have never really been noted for their defense, even though they do give the effort. They're known for putting the ball in the hole. You can see last time out, Renren with 29 points, John Arrigo with 28. Of course, John Arrigo got the better of this because his team won the game. But both of these players are big-time scorers.
Well, obviously, those are the focal points pagdating sa opensa. But this other feature we have coming up, gusto ko itong matchup na ito, Coach Norman, because we show here a matchup between 2 players who are really workhorses in their own right. Ito si Denep Miranda really coming into his own here for the Coca-Cola Tigers and starting to get comfortable playing the point guard spot for this team. On the other side, para sa Air 21, Winnie Arboleda, I'd like to think that this guy is the glue of this team who, when he plays a solid ball game, gives the Express a much better chance of winning the ball game.
Well, Arboleda is a true enforcer for his team. Even though he's small in stature, he's a very strong player. He'll be going up against Miranda, who's also a very strong guy, despite the fact he's only a rookie in the league. In their last games, Miranda with 13 points, 3 rebounds and 5 assists. Of course, a big game for Arboleda, 23 points, 12 rebounds and 7 assists.
Okay, that's your matchup at the point guard position. Kung titignan naman natin ang matchups with the big men, of course, for the Coca-Cola Tigers, Ali Peak and Rafi Reavis will be at the forefront of their attack. Ali Peak, a solid inside force, game in, day out here for the Tigers. And kasama niya dyan si Rafi Reavis. Plastic man, I'd like to call him, very versatile on the big block. They'll be matched up today against the Air Express, Mark Telan. Also, starting to be more of an offensive weapon here for Air 21, together with Yancy De Ocampo, the postman. 6'9" slot man for the Express also starting to show that he is an offensive weapon to reckon with.
Well, you can see here 3 of the players averaging a double-double. Ali Peak, 17 points, 10 rebounds per game. Mark Talon probably having one of his best seasons ever at almost 14 a game and 11 rebounds. Yancy Del Campo, 11 points, 10 rebounds. Rafi Reavis, the only player there not averaging in double figures in points. But you have to love these 4 guys because both of these guys, all of them will control the boards and really get on the rebounds.
A lot of banging and a lot of post-up plays later on today, and kasama din natin dito sa ating coverage at courtside si Eric Reyes, a little bit more to talk about the big men.
Well, thank you, Paolo. I had a brief discussion with Coach Alan Gregorio and Coach Ricky, Assistant Coach Ricky Dandan a while ago, and I was asking them what is really ailing the Express, and sabi nga nila sa akin, they really need a big man who can really feed off. They can feed off. There's a big discrepancy right now with the performance of their big men as compared to last conference because they had the Sean Daniels who all the other guys can really feed off. So right now, they're still in search of that big man or big men who can really help them out at talagang who can really change the fortunes of Air 21. Back to you, Pao.
Alright, maraming salamat, Eric. So, focal point to look out. Eric, you're still with us there. What's your take on this para naman sa big men? Air 21, everybody, of course, has said that they're missing Daniels, but could it be something else also?
Well, I feel that they really have to realize that, you know, as what Coach Norman said, you cannot really just rely on offense the entire night. I mean, defense wins championships, and we have proven that so many times in so many series that we have watched. No, it's very important they have to buckle down to defense, and at the same time, you know, it's really important that the guys would not just rely on Renran Ritualo, but there's so many other weapons like Mark Talan, and for me, even Yancy De Ocampo. He has done it in the past with Talk and Text, and I believe that Yancy and even Ranidel could spell the difference for the Express.
Alright, Coach Norman, ikaw, tatanungin kita. Again, no, Air 21, they've said that they've missed Daniels, but we're into the conference. So many games have been played. Maybe the other locals really just have to step up.
Well, I think they have to stop missing Daniels because he's not coming back at least until the next imported conference. So they have to do with what they have right now. I think the major thing they have to accomplish is this. They have 7 players averaging in double figures on offense. Offense is not a problem for this team. It's their defense, whether they have to double team more and get more into rotations, get back on defense. Those are things they're just going to have to perfect as the conference goes on. In addition to that, even though they average 97 points per game, Paulo, and they are the leading scoring team in the league, they also lead the league in turnovers. So that's something you really can control. You can cut down on your turnovers by just making good passes and making good decisions.
This is going to be an interesting matchup, Coach Norman, as you mentioned. Air 21, the #1 offensive team in the league. Ang Coca-Cola Tigers, the second best defensive team. Something's got to give.
That's correct, and Coca-Cola just behind Pyrrhus as far as defense is concerned. And if you look at the turnaround of this Coca-Cola team from this conference to last conference, their defense has been truly solid so far, and they've been getting just enough offense led by Ali Peak to be able to outscore their opponents. Now, they're going up against a team that likes to run, so this is a chance for them to prove that they can win both ways. They can win with a defensive game, they can win with an offensive game. They were able to do it last time out. Let's see if they can do it again tonight.
Alright, titignan po natin ang ating matchup between the Tigers and the Express. When we come back, titignan natin, will Air 21 be able to bounce back and start off winning performance here in the conference, or will the Tigers try and pull off a win and move forward and for that first place spot in our team standings? Ang jump ball ng Express at ng Tigers when we return.
Kinakalawang ang dating well-oiled run-and-gun machine ng mga Express. Samantalang kagagaling lamang ng Coca-Cola Tigers sa isang mapait na pagkatalo laban sa Pure Foods. Mainit ngayong tag-init si The Rainman Renran Ritualo. Ngunit maila pa rin ang panalo para sa Air 21. Kailangang magising na ang mga higante ng Air 21 na sina Mark Talan at ang magkapatid na Yancy at Ranidel De Ocampo na tiyak na mapapalaban sa troika ni na Ali Peak, Rafi Reavis at Billy Mamaril. Express, gustong bumangon. Mga Tigers, naghahabol sa liderato. Laban ang walang import, Pinoy sa Pinoy. Laban kung laban!
There you have it, our starting lineups in today's ball game between the Tigers and the Express. Sapong magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Welcome to our second ball game sa inyong doubleheader Sunday right here at the Big Dome.
For both teams, of course, Air 21, quite a tall lineup. Canaleta and the De Ocampo brothers.
Well, it's been a while since we've had brothers starting in the same team. Probably before the Loizaga brothers maybe first.
Correct for Ginebra.
Yes. All right, first play in the game here. Go to the Express. Canaleta going inside to De Ocampo. Ito ang magiging matchup natin. De Ocampo against Ali Peak. Huge height advantage there for Yancy.
No help defense coming from Coca-Cola, so Coach Reavis just allowing Ali Peak to guard De Ocampo one-on-one.
They go right back to Peak. Now it's outside with Miranda. Ikot nilang bola. Peak, 17-footer. No problem for Ali Peak. So the mounted Peak. Binawian kaagad itong si Yancy De Ocampo from outside.
Whenever Ali hits his outside shot, he's going to become very difficult to stop. You know his inside game is very solid.
Well, our marquee matchup here offensively, Ritualo and Arrigo. They're guarding each other. Ranidel, 15-footer. And Arrigo will control the leather. Here come the Tigers. Antonio. Pull it back. Here comes Will Antonio going baseline back outside. 12 seconds on the shot clock here for the Tigers. Arrigo being watched now by Canaleta. Here goes baseline.
Oh, what a shot!
Tough shot by John Arrigo. How did he get that one up? Ritualo.
Used the body of his opponent to get that basketball up in the air, and it'll be interesting to see the different tempo, the different styles. Normally Air 21 does not use more than 10 seconds of their shot clock to get a shot off. Coca-Cola, they will run the clock and milk it, try to get shots like this. Difficult shot there by John Arrigo.
Against the defense of the Express. Canaleta. Let's see, a foul away from the ball. And Arrigo looks like he'll be called here for personal.
John Arrigo expressing his displeasure with the call to the referee.
He's actually got a cross matchup here, Coach Norman. Siya yung bumabantay dito kay Ritualo, but on the other end, Canaleta's picking him up.
And Coach Reavis likes to put John Arrigo on the best offensive guards on the other team to give him that challenge. He certainly has a challenge tonight in Redmond Ritualo.
Going to be an interesting matchup to watch out for. Coach Binky Favis will be coaching in the All-Star weekend in Misamis Oriental, Cagayan de Oro City. The other side, Coach Bo Perasol here for the Express. Ritualo. They go back down low to De Ocampo here. One-on-one. Isolation play for Yancy. He gets it off the glass.
I think that's something that Coach Bo wants to do. He wants to establish an inside game. He doesn't want his team relying just on perimeter shots. That's one thing that Daniels did for them last conference. He gave them an inside game.
Arrigo running out of room there.
Well, he better watch it. He's going to get a technical real quick here in the first quarter. He keeps barking at the same referee.
Watch this. He was forced to step out of bounds. Arboleda. De Ocampo with 12 on the shot clock. Inside look to Ritualo. Ball is loose. And he'll stay here with the Express.
Well, maybe just to explain that last play with Arrigo, Paulo. If you drive baseline, you have to understand you're going to lose your real estate real quick, and they will not give that defensive player the foul. If you're going to drive baseline, you really don't have control. They will call you out of bounds.
Oh, De Ocampo crashing to the floor.
It's very awkward at that play.
Yeah, he's very aggressive here offensively to start the first quarter.
That's interesting. He's averaging in double figures this conference, which is something he rarely did for the Talking Tex team. He's getting more playing time, he's getting more shots, and he's taking advantage of it.
4-all is the count here. 9:13 to play in our opening period. Antonio, he can hit it from there. A bit off. Tigers here will control with a new shot clock. Sa ilalim dito kay Ali Peak. Then of Miranda against the double team. Outside they go. Arrigo from the parking lot. TM Presian hatid sa inyo ng bagong TM. Power to the people.
And once again, you can see the patience of Coca-Cola taking that ball inside. If they had nothing there, they rotated it. They got that three-point shot from John Arrigo.
And you know, it's been a pretty solid conference here for Coca-Cola. Manny Del De Ocampo with his version of a TM3 hatid sa inyo ng bagong TM. Power to the people.
Well, you're right. It has been a solid conference for Coca-Cola, mainly because of where they're coming from. They finished dead last in the last conference, so big improvement under Coach Reavis so far.
What are they really doing differently in this conference, you see, Coach Roman, from how they performed in the last conference?
I think they played better together offensively than they did last conference. I think that's one of the things that Coach Reavis wanted them to do, play more as a team for guys that know their roles, know where they can get their shots so they don't have to force shots up at the basket. Even last conference, their defense was pretty solid, but now they've added a better offensive game to that defense.
And also maybe they've been able to adjust more to the new style of Coach Mickey Reavis here with the Tigers. From the outside, Arboleda hits it just inside the three-point line. 7:47 here in the first. Reavis.
That's the advantage of the trailer. Reavis coming in as the last man down the court, and nobody really picked him up. And they left a lane there for him to drive to the basket.
Rafi Reavis now will hit 2 free throws.
2 free throws for Rafi Reavis.
We have 2 of the top 10 scorers in the league in this game, with Rinrin coming in at number 3. Averaging over 20 points per game, 20.2 to be exact. Ali Peak at 17.4 for Coca-Cola.
Reavis hits his first free throw. High looping free throw shot for Reavis is good. 9-all now. We are deadlocked. Canaleta. Interception here for the Mountain Peak. Tatakbo ng Tigers. Miranda. And Arrigo says, thank you sa ating referee. Only a side court inbounds here.
His first, Nuwan Express.
Team foul story. Both teams only with the foul apiece. Miranda. Nagamit ng pick dito kay Rafi Reavis. Here's the double team. Back to Denok. Denok. Forcing baseline inside. Great play by the Tigers.
Rafi Reavis.
That's what Miranda brings to the table. He can get penetration and he will dish off to his teammates.
Canaleta. A bit off. Tatakbo na naman dito ang Tigers. Then of Miranda. Hinahanap si Ali Peak sa loob. Peak. And just like that, the Tigers take a 4-point lead here. Coca-Cola starting to find their range. Miranda inside to Reavis, and they're starting to play sweet music here to start the first quarter.
Well, Canaleta could not take off on that play as Rafi Reavis threw that ball out of bounds.
The other player from Coca-Cola is John Arrigo, kasama din sa ating slam dunk competition. As Retualo escapes on the reverse. 6:25 dito po sa ating first quarter. 13-11 is the count. Ali Peak, hinahanap si Miranda. Then of Miranda outside to Antonio. Rafi Reavis now. Ali Peak. Sabi na ating referee, pushing foul here.
You know, normally you see Ali Peak back his man up to the basket and then get that shot off. That time he faced up and made a quick move to the hoop. Versatility there.
Sangat ang foul na yan para sa ating Air 21. John Arrigo goes backdoor. Agawan ng bola. Nasa Air 21. Here they come running. Arboleda against Ali Peak. Found himself in too deep against Peak.
A little bit of indecision there by Arboleda as he ran up against Ali Peak. Ali Peak actually gave him a little bit of a bump but not enough for the referee to call a foul.
Ang problema kasi natin dito kay Ali Pic, yung little bump na Coach Norman is not so
Big
little.
bump for us.
Ito na naman si Ali Pic. Yan yung mga little bump doon. Tinapik ang bola. Miranda has 7 on the shot clock. Arrigo knows it. Launches from outside. When you know, fresh shot clock here for the Tigers.
A good move there by William Antonio, not forcing the issue, instead giving his team another chance.
Pass nila dito ulit kay Ali Pic. There's the double team. Outside to Arrigo. Shot clock winding down once again. Billy Mamaril. It's saved by the bell there.
Well, we talked a little bit about this at the beginning of the game, the fact that Air 21 has to do a little bit of what the other teams are doing, which is really trying to shut down some of the key offensive players for the other team. That time you saw the double team on Ali Pic, but it was the rotation on the weak side that really led to that foul. So, you know, it's just not about double teaming the offensive player, but it's the rotations, the closeouts, and then of course you have to complete that defense with boxing out and rebounding.
Billy Mamaril, the last time around, kinalaban nila ang Air 21. He had a solid performance, scoring 14 points and 10 rebounds. So he had a good matchup in that game.
I think he's really adjusted to the fact that he has been coming off the bench, which is something he did not do before. He was starting most of the games. And he's still producing for his team.
14-11. At ito po ang lamang dito ng Tigers. Virtualo. Mark Delan is in the ball game. And Bernardo will drive to the hole. Nope.
That was not pretty, that shot that Bernardo threw up there.
Virtualo hits it from outside. The Rain Man now really only we will put 4 points in the first quarter. Still waiting to get heated up here. Antonio. Tough move inside the lane. Arboleda will set things up. Hinanap na naman nila itong si Virtualo. Head to head here against Arrigo. Arboleda. Turn around. Boom for Winnie Arboleda. He gets it to go.
Well, both teams really flowing offensively here in this first quarter.
Redshirt's now on the offensive. Ali Pic inside the shaded area. He gets it high off the glass.
He must have the highest shooting percentage in the league of any player who receives that ball in the lane.
6 points for the Mounted Peak. Virtualo. Humingi ng pick by Bernardo. Instead, Bernardo now finds himself with the ball. Holding foul called here. It looks like it'll go against Ali Pic.
Holding call presented to Ali Pic.
Team foul story. Wala pa sa penalty dito ang Tigers. Shot clock will be reset to 14 seconds. Virtualo, just enough time, but he will not get the basket. Miranda, ex-FU player inside, will not get it. Here comes Virtualo. Virtualo, turn around. You know, they're starting to go to Renren more now here, the latter part of the first quarter.
That's correct. Renren really looking for a shot. That time he could have hit left on that left wing, who was open. Whenever Renren comes down with the basketball, he's really looking at that basket. As Ronald Tupid checks into the game. He's also another player for Air 21, averaging in double figures.
The Express opting to go with a shorter unit here. Tubit pumasok dito para kay Canaleta. Mamaril smothering that shot by Bernardo.
Bernardo is very aggressive going to the basket, but nothing to show for it so far.
Baseline inbounds dito para sa Express. Tubit to the Rain Man. Quick release. Ayaw pa rin para kay Renren Virtualo.
What a name, huh? The Rain Man.
Well, it's summertime, but he still rains his three-pointers here inside the big dome.
The name is very fitting for Rin, especially when he gets going.
Second units now on the hard court. Pumasok na rin dito si Abarientos, the flying A. Ritualo. Partially, could have been partially deflected that last play. Abarientos looking ahead na kay Antonio ang bola. They go to Mamaril with the jumper. Ball will stay with, oh no, the ball will go to the Express. With 2:41 to play, laman po dito ang Coca-Cola Tigers, 18-15. The Express and the Tigers. Dating matchup. Ball is rebounded. Tatakbo na naman ng Tigers. John Arrigo, bibihit, jump shot off the glass. He gets it to go.
Nice soft touch there by John Arrigo as Air 21 on the counter attack, and they score.
Masyado madali doon para kay Mark Telan. Just like a round-robin layup. Singson inside to Mamaril. Short jumper is no good. Express now with the leather.
Good idea there by Arboleta, but a little wayward pass. Well, Mark Telan's really running the floor. Seems to be very energized in this game.
Telan. Almost a turnover. Hihingi ng bola dito si Rani Del De Ocampo, and Reavis sticking to him like glue. Telan's got 9 on the shot clock. Mark Telan. Lalabas na dito kay Ronald Tubid. Oh, that was way off. The flying A. Looking up the court.
Oh, that's going to be a foul on Ronald Tubid, I'm sure. We're tripping Billy Mamaril.
Ronald Tubid and Mamaril getting tangled up there.
Oh, Ronald Tubid did not like the idea that Mamaril tried to run through him. So he decided to send Mamaril to the floor.
1:28 dito po sa ating first quarter. Dale Singson will do the honors. Kay Abarientos. John Arrigo once again going backdoor. He gets it to go.
Taking advantage of the overplaying defense of Ronald Tubid.
Nautakan niya dun si Ronald Tubid going backdoor. De Ocampo. Post-up move. Not here. Sabi ni Rafi Reavis.
Oh, that's what you have to recognize. When the defense stays right there in front of you, you might have to move that basketball. Look at Rafi Reavis. He doesn't move defensively. He's right on top of the man.
Shadowing. And he done in that last play.
That's why they have a stat for uncontested shots and contested shots here in the PBA. You want to shoot as many uncontested shots as possible.
Tubid with 3 on the shot clock. Medyo hindi pa nag-iinit dito si Ronald Tubid. Mamaril cross court na kay Dale Singson. Outside shots. Hindi muna pumapasok dito para kay Singson.
Too much reaching there by Johnny Abrientos. He's going to be called for the foul.
Holding foul called on the flying A. Pangunang foul pa lamang yan para kay Johnny Abarientos. Locks in this ball game, 3-0. Mark Telan left open, but he swings it around. Tubid. Nakita niya si Winnie Arboleta from outside.
Good patience there by Air 21, moving that basketball from side to side. Ronald Tubid finding the wide open Arboleta.
TM Tres yan, hatid sa inyo ng bagong TM, power to the people. Abarientos. Head-to-head here against Arboleda. Still enough time for one last shot, but it looks like the Tigers will turn it over. This one went off Abarientos.
And the snatcher gets another steal there.
Papasok dito si Homer C. 10.8 remaining in the quarter. Arboleda. Oh, he's left open. Reach and foul there by Rafi Reavis.
One time, I'm sure Arboleda would have hoped the referee would have let it go. Had a pretty good shot at the basket. Of course, Coca-Cola had a foul to give.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Tubit undecided, and Homerse gets it. Ugly play here for the Express to end the quarter. And this guy right here, John Arrigo's been the hot man for Coca-Cola. 9 points here in the first 12 minutes of play. John Arrigo really outsmarting his opponents, going backdoor, getting the good layup. And the Tigers on top here, 22-20.